Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the free Legends Pass monster Pitkin. So this was a highly requested review, monster review. So today we have it at 150 and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know whether it's actually good or not. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go and get started. So take a look at this guy. We have this monster at 150, and I do want to give a huge shout out to Bunky, one of my teammates, for letting me borrow her account to review this monster for you guys. She went ahead and maxed it out, so let's see if this pig is really good. Alright, so immune to sun, bad. Immune to daze, horrible. Area shock, not bad, because this is a good way to stop the extra turner monsters. There are many extra turner attackers out there. I wouldn't include Voltic though, and Boulderar, because well, there's two versions of Voltic actually, Dark Voltic and then the Light Voltic. I'm talking about Light Voltic. I wouldn't really include him because he has evasion that's going to protect him. And then I would say maybe Dark Voltic. It'll be a way to stop him. There's Naya. Naya doesn't have immune to torture, does she? So things like that. Monsters like those, you know what I mean, that utilizes extra turning skills in order to benefit them to victory. I would say it's a good way to stop those with that extra status caster right there. Let's take a look at the stats. That strength is kind of high. I like that. 34,784. Good. 956,712 life. That life, comparing it to... Well, no, because... Yeah, actually, that is kind of low, no? If I compare Pitkin's life to some of the newer monsters, like, for example, Mighty Tata, let's see, at 150, what is she? 949. And Pitkin was at what? 956. Okay, well, what about, I wouldn't compare it with a Zajan because that's a tank, right? Who would want to do that? What about this guy? Okay, so the life's not that bad. Maybe I was looking at one of the ancestral monsters or something. So, yeah, I like the stats overall. Stats aren't really that bad. I do like the strength though. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this attacker. Reckless Slash, massive metal damage to an enemy. That is amazing. We like that, don't we? Then we have an AoE moderate metal damage that comes with a torture, which is bleeding. Then you have a double damage with precision to yourself, so there goes that. And then charging bore, which is a shock to an enemy, moderate turner damage to all enemies, requires cooldown. Okay, I guess we could run that. Now this is a very heavy turner damage to an enemy and it applies shock to everybody. So this, it's kind of like they're similar, but they do different things. So this is single target, this is AoE. The shock with this, you apply to one enemy, this one comes to everybody, you know what I mean? So what I would recommend you guys doing is I would actually sacrifice the double damage skill. I always run my attackers, or most of the time I run it with the monsters that gives or provides damage boost rather than me just applying my own damage boost. But if you do want to run that precision with double damage, you can. But I personally think that you should run something like this, so you have one massive metal damage, so one single target metal damage, one AoE, and then one single target, if that makes sense. So I like the fact that he has two elements. He has access to two elements, and it looks like he's actually both elements. You know how some monsters out there, they only have one single element shown in here, but then they have access to multiple different elements as skills? Yeah, but this one's like this. I like that. Does he have any other? Nope, it's just metal and thunder. Not bad. I do like metal though against the current light attackers, or just light in general. So since she has this 150, I'm sure she will start using it. So let's give it some runes. What I would recommend you guys doing is giving this monster 2 strength and 1 speed. Okay, you could do 2 strength and 1 speed, but unfortunately she does not have another. Does she? Oh, there it is. So 2 strength, 1 speed, something like this, or you could do 2 speed and 1 strength. In terms of runes, I would recommend giving in the light sword. If you have the light sword, supremacy sword, I'd recommend giving that. I think that suits him well, but she doesn't have that maxed out, so we're just gonna go with something like, actually I want to go with something that boosts his power a little more. He's gonna hit heavy with that massive metal damage, so we can give something like that. And then we can do, let's see, you have mermaid. I'm not really a huge fan of the relic slots, so to be honest, I like the sword, but I don't like the shield. I don't understand why he has shield. Not really a huge fan of that. Maybe I could give something like this. When the turn ends, if the warrior's life is below 50%, gives an armor. But then he does have those weaknesses as well. You know, the water weakness, how after he's damaged, it attacks, kind of deals damage back. So now I'm debating whether or not I should run a 0 stamina skill. He does have the 0 stamina skill, but I know that he has this one too. I noticed it. So I'm thinking about it. But I guess we'll run something like this. So these two monsters, I'm going to pair it alongside Pitkin because he doesn't have access to Pierce. He doesn't have a way to get through tanks and stuff like that. He doesn't have Cold Blood or any of that. So I paired it up with a Trade Disabler plus a damage booster as well because we're not carrying his damage boost skill. So 24. Okay, that's perfect. That is actually perfect. I kind of wish she was a slightly faster though. Because now if I do this, I feel like you're going to PER that. Oh, you did Enlightenment. Cool. Okay. Wait, the table gives an extra turn. No, I don't want that to trigger. I could heal everybody if I wanted to. Let's just go ahead and maybe trade disable one monster, so it would be the dodge area monster. So now that the path is open, we can go ahead and attack them. And look at the damage here, ladies and gentlemen. 2.91 million damage. Perfect. That's how an attacker should be. I like that. I like that damage. That's cool. Alright, I'm gonna need Shadow Essence to kick in and eliminate that Ural. I don't want him alive. Oh, actually all of them are dead because it's gonna trigger twice and yeah. Okay, cool. So Pitkin, he is... I don't want to give comments yet because that was just one battle. Okay, let me continue testing him. I do like though that he's a metal attacker in a light meta. I think that's very useful. So what do we got here? Demonic Pact. Okay, so we have triple dodge areas here. Let's see how this monster plays out against triple dodge area. Death countdowns. Well, technically, we can make this one dodge area only, if you know what I mean. So we'll do triple damage here, NER that. We do PR and trade disable here. And then we do what we did earlier. So even against metal monsters, like for example Shadow, he still hits pretty heavily. Obviously, we do have access to the triple damage. So it's definitely because of that. But he still hits heavy. I like it. So I just wanted to eliminate Ural first because that's like the biggest threat here. I don't want him to continue resurrecting after I eliminate the remaining. So let's see how this goes. Experience. Oh no, that's not good. Maybe I should be running that one other talent. The one that resource cooldown. So I'm gonna do NER here. Removes all negative status effects. Damage increase comes with that. Oh, the damage increase was just a random buff. Cool. So this one, here's the thing. With this skill, be careful because the shock is being applied to anybody you want, so you can bypass dodge area. But the damage, on the other hand, won't bypass dodge area, if that makes sense. So for example, if I were to attack this monster right now, she would only get hit with the shock. But then if I do this way, he gets the damage and then everybody else gets the shock. But if there was another dodge area monster, like for example, if Ural was still alive, that Ural wouldn't have gotten hit with the shock, if that makes sense. Just be careful of that. I'm gonna do evasion, and we got Thunder Skill. Why use metal when you got access to Thunder? Yeah. Look at that. It's beautiful. I like it. He hits heavy. I think that he's pretty powerful. I'm sure there's going to be better attackers out there that are going to be released very soon. I mean, we've seen that with every era. So if you guys go ahead and take a look at, for example, let's say Corrupted era, that's where it all began. So you know how in the beginning people were using Sensei Panic as an attacker with Unrouting Assault and whatever. Then there was Master Rat and stuff like that. And Master Rat was more of a supporter mixed with attacker. It was like a hybrid monster. Darker was actually pretty good. But then, you know, better monsters came out later on. Like for example, let me show you guys Spectra, for example. They're definitely going to release a Pierce monster very soon. So that's just with the Corrupted era. If you take a look at Metro, we had, who was it that was really good? Maybe Kildrel. I would say Kildrel was a heavy attacker. I actually enjoyed him. I actually enjoyed using that monster. Secret and Fourth, you know what I mean? And then eventually they went ahead. Where is it? So Grakshak, not a Pierce attacker, but very good attacker. I'm sure they eventually, oh, that was at the end actually. But sometimes they do tend to release Pierce monsters just randomly. Like right here, Cupid. Where's Cupid? Look, let me show you. Cupid. And then You know, there were good monsters out, like for example, Shivaraka. Oh yeah, look, Jagar right there, another Pierce attacker. When before Jagar, there was Lord Inheritor, remember? So just keep that in mind. If you're going to invest in him, I would say maybe wait a little bit actually. I would say maybe wait a little bit. See if there's another monster that will come out soon, which I'm sure there will be. It's a high chance that they will release a Pierce monster soon. And Pierce monsters are very meta. They last a long time. You know what I mean? So if you guys want to invest in him, you can. He's good, but I would say just wait a little bit because there might be a better monster soon with like Pierce mechanic or something. But anyways, guys, that will be pretty much it for today's Monster Resistance video. I hope you guys did enjoy today's review on Pitkin. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. I'm not really a huge fan of the traits, but I do like the stats and skills. I think he's pretty good as an attacker. It's just the traits that's bad. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.